All signs point to this. The New York Mets have taken the first 2 games of their road trip in Detroit versus the Tigers, and the offense continues to cook. Juan Soto has just been on fire, and his numbers lately are off the charts. How far can he carry the Mets? I am Adam Choit, your host for today here on Mets Digest, and before we dig in on all that, just want to give you guys a quick heads up, a quick reminder to please subscribe, because as you can see, nearly 68% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed, so please take a quick second to do that. It is appreciated for sure. Let's get into it. Juan Soto has been on fire. The Mets won a couple of games in Detroit, the first 2 of their 10-game road trip. They sit right as of now, right before they're about to start in about a half hour in Detroit, game 3 of that series, looking for the sweep, but they are currently 5.5 games behind the Phillies for first place in the NL East and 5 ahead of the Reds and the Giants now, who are creeping back in it for the wild card. That's for the final wild card, of course. But let's get into some of yesterday's victory. Juan Soto, his exploits on the field. He has just been bananas in August, and I'm anticipating any moment that he's going to be named Player of the Month for August. But let's dig in on some of yesterday's victory. As you can see, the Mets won 12-5. The offense again, double digits back-to-back days. Scoring double digits, 10 and then 12 last night. The offense has just been totally cooking. Pretty much 1 through 9 in the lineup has been hitting. Torrens has been doing well the last few games, for sure. Definitely looking forward to getting Alvarez back, and hopefully he comes back soon and hits too. But good to see the Mets getting contributions up and down the lineup. Most notably, this man you see pictured here, Juan Soto. I wanted to show you this. This was just funny to me. His flat-footed, not flat-footed, but his nonchalant, very casual robbing of a home run. This is in a sense, classic Soto right here. I just wanted to show you some of his other contributions beyond just hitting home runs for the team. And also this right here. We've been talking about this all season long. His ability to steal bases easily, the Mets' ability to steal bases easily, the jumps they get are just bananas. And I wanted to show you guys a freeze frame right here. Juan Soto is more than a third. He's closer to a halfway down the line than he is probably to a third of the way. He's about a third of the way, I suppose, here. But that's pretty bananas in itself to be slightly more than a third of the way down the base path towards second base when the pitcher has not even released the ball yet. I think that's just awesome, and it's just been amazing to see how the Mets are stealing bases. There must be a secret. Antoine Richardson must be doing something that the league just doesn't know about. Some kind of tell that these pitchers are giving when they are delivering to the plate. I think it's something in the legs. If you see a certain leg movement, once they bend their right leg, their back leg to a certain way, they reach a point of no return. He's able to find that point of no return where he can confirm essentially that the pitcher is going to deliver to the plate. But I want to dig in a little bit more on Juan Soto's year here and some of the perception of his season. For a large portion of the season, fans have described it as a down year for Juan Soto. Did he have a slow start? Sure. Did he have his fair share of struggles with runners in scoring position in April and May? Absolutely. But for over 3 months now, Soto has been an absolute force at the plate. Soto is delivering. Time and time again, the Mets are in a position where they want to secure, time and time again, the Mets are in a position where they want to secure their place in the postseason, potentially make things interesting with the Philadelphia Phillies for the National League East Division title. That's from Christian DeBlock from Metsmerized Online. Yeah, that was kind of the perception early on in the season that, Soto was underperforming. His OPS, was under 900 for a decent amount of this season, but he has definitely, I don't want to say turned it around, but just, he's just such a consistent player through his first, 7-8 years, whatever, of his career. He's only 26 years old. This man is not even 27. And the reason I want to make this video is just because it's worth mentioning. It's been coming up more and more on the broadcasts lately and in post-game questioning is that Juan Soto's an MVP candidate. Sure, Shohei Ohtani and maybe even Schwarber are ahead of him right now in the MVP race in the National League, but his name is in that hat. He's in that top 3. And if the Mets can catch the Phillies and the Dodgers maybe falter a little bit and Shohei doesn't pitch as well, there's an outside shot for Soto to win that MVP award as a dark horse candidate, especially if he goes bananas in September as well. And September is actually his best month, and we'll dig into some more. Let's dig into some more Soto content. As you can see here, these are his season numbers. 923 OPS. Let's see where that finishes from Ben Verlander here. Juan Soto's been so good. This is the player people were complaining about isn't worth the money. Yeah, just that 923 OPS is definitely excellent. If he just does that for the rest of his Mets career, we will be pretty damn happy. But again, I'm pretty excited to see where he finishes this season in terms of that OPS, in terms of his numbers. An outside shot to be 40-40 as well. Maybe he'll be 40-35. I don't know if he's going to get to 40 stolen bases, but he should get to 30. He will be a 30-30 man for sure. His 993 OPS in September is his highest in any month. That's from MLB Network, as you can see here. 298 average, 447 on base, 546 slugging, 993 OPS. September is a big month for him, so that's good to see given his track record that there's a great shot that he will continue to go bananas this month as he did in April. Juan Soto was over his last 5 games, 563 average, 2.321 OPS, over 2,000 OPS, I suppose is the way to phrase it. His OPS is so high lately, I don't even know how to word it, how to phrase it, but 5 home runs, 12 RBI in 5 games. 5 games, 5 homers. He's been on fire. That's from Mets Fuse right there. I don't know if a 563 average and a 2,000 OPS is sustainable for the rest of this month, but if he's able to even do, let's say, maybe half that OPS, give me over 1,000 OPS in September. Let's definitely do that. Let's pen that in, please, if we can do that. But yeah, it's interesting because sometimes players could falter. They have a terrible month and they have an excellent month, and a lot of the times it does kind of even out, especially for great players like Juan Soto. So can he have a 1,400 OPS in September? I think that's reasonable. It's not sustainable for a whole season, but for a few weeks, I think it's definitely possible, especially when he's protected up and down the lineup as well. This man also will just not swing at any pitch that's outside of the zone for the most part. This is from Josh Gingrich. If Juan Soto gets to 40 home runs, 30 stolen bases, and 100 RBI this year, it would be one of the most complete seasons since 2000. 40 home runs, 30 stolen bases, 100 RBI, and 100 runs, and 100 walks has not been done this century. The only times it's happened, Bonds in 96 and 97, Bagwell in 97 and 98. So yeah, not only is this not a disappointing season for Juan Soto or a down year for him, this is a MVP candidacy season, as well as a historic season from an offensive standpoint for him. Juan Soto owns a 1.102 OPS in his last 30 games. So can he give us a 1.2, 1.3 OPS for the final 28 or whatever it is? I think so. Can he deliver this? I think that's definitely possible as well, for sure, just by the way he's been going. The man has been on fire. I can't reiterate that enough. This is from Matthew Brownstein. And here is Sarah Lang's referring to his stolen bases, which I kind of analyzed a little bit earlier. So yeah, 27 in 2020 and 2025 is his career high, by far, more than double any of his previous outputs in terms of stolen bases. Again, outside chance for 40-40, that's unlikely, I would say, but we're definitely getting a 30-30 season. All signs definitely point to that, as well as his MVP candidacy, as I was just mentioning as well. And here you go. Dan Bartel's the MVP race comes down to 3 names: Kyle Schwarber, Shohei Ohtani, Juan Soto. That's what we're looking at. That's the MVP race. And like I said, if the Mets can chase down the Phillies and the Dodgers falter, Shohei slows down a little bit, Juan Soto can definitely be a MVP candidate. He is an MVP candidate, but, maybe even win it at that. Here's Carlos Mendoza speaking on the topic. When you look at the numbers, I said it when he didn't make the All-Star team. This is ridiculous, and here we are. He's on a mission. What's with Mets not making All-Star teams who deserve it? I think it's almost something beyond the slow starts. I'm thinking of Lindor, of course, as well. But I mean, for Soto not to make the All-Star team this year, that was just a travesty. And I think it's politics and jealousy. I can say that. I think that's definitely the case. When a man gets a $750 million contract, 760, 780. When a man gets a $700 million contract, there certainly is jealousy involved in the league amongst, I don't think just players and peers, but in the media as well. You know, this is it's almost human nature in some regard to have some amount of jealousy and envy for something like that. But he deserved to be an all-star. I mean, look at right now where he's ranking this from just Mets. He's in the top 10, top 5 in pretty much every single major offensive category, as you can see on the screen here. I'm not going to go down every single one, but 8th in F-WAR, 5th in B-WAR, 2nd in WRC plus, 2nd in OPS plus, 90 RBI is he's 4th. This is not even up to date now that I'm realizing this, but just yeah, he's had a completely bananas season, and it's just wonderful to see, wonderful to celebrate. We're getting down the home stretch in the season. Hopefully this success on the road trip continues. 2 down, 8 to go. Can the Mets sweep the Tigers today? Can they chase down the Phillies? Will they be able to hold off the Reds and Giants? What do you guys think? Is Juan Soto an MVP candidate? How serious is that candidacy? Can he chase down Schwarber? Can he chase down even Ohtani? Let me know what you guys think of the team. Let me know what you think of Soto's MVP candidacy. And enjoy the game today. And let's go Mets.